Welcome back everyone, my name is Abdullah Gori from Alpha Technology, and in this video we will talk about the complete exact roadmap to become a front-end developer. In this video we will talk about how to become a front-end developer and what you need to learn to become a front-end developer. So let's talk about today's agenda. So today we will discuss about what is website, what is HTML, what is CSS and its type, what is JavaScript, what is jQuery, and what is Bootstrap. So we will discuss all the things related to these technologies. We will see why and where we use them. Now let's first talk about the website. A website is a collection of web pages and related content that is identified by a common domain name and published on at least one web server. Notable examples are Wikipedia.org, Google.com, and Amazon.com. Basically, the website is just a collection of web pages with a unique domain name. So, what is a domain name? So, let's see an example of Google homepage. So, we have a Google homepage out there. So, at the address bar, you can see the address is written as https://www.google.com. So, the google.com is basically the domain name of Google website. So whenever we create any website, we need to deploy it on a web server. So why we deploy our website on a web server? Because we want that our website should run continuously and it should not shut down anytime. So that's why we buy a server hosting and then we deploy our website on that. So whenever users search anything related to our website, so our website will be ready to serve the user. Now let's talk about the front-end development. In the front-end development, we have some technologies that are very popular, and these technologies are base of the front-end development. So the first thing in the front-end development is HTML. So HTML used for creating structure of web pages. HTML used for creating building blocks of web pages. After that, we have CSS. CSS used for styling the HTML elements. CSS used to make the website beautiful and interactive. Through CSS, we can style the HTML elements to make them more beautiful. After that, we have JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language used to perform programmatical stuff in website such that website can interact with user. After that, we have jQuery. jQuery is JavaScript library which provide us the facility to write less and do more. Basically, jQuery contains JavaScript code, but it gives us the facility to write less code and do the same thing that you can do with the help of JavaScript by writing a huge code. After that, we have Bootstrap. Bootstrap is a CSS framework. It provides us a huge library of built-in styles. So we have Bootstrap, and in Bootstrap we have thousands of CSS classes. So we can use them in our website and we don't need to make the CSS styles from scratch. Now let's talk about HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML used to create the structure or building blocks of the websites. HTML is not a programming language. It's just a hypertext markup language. HTML consists of tags elements surrounded by angular brackets. Normally, tags comes in pair of start tag and end tag. End tag is same but with a forward slash. So we have two tags, start tag and end tag. So the difference between start and end tag is that end tag has a forward slash. In the HTML, some tags are self-closing tags, so we don't need to close them. Tags may or may not have attributes. Now let's see an example of HTML basic structure. So this is the basic structure of the HTML. First we have HTML tag. So we are starting with HTML tag and we are closing this at the end. Then we have head tag, and inside the head tag we have a title tag. So we are opening the title tag and we are closing the title tag. In the title tag, we can write the title of our web page. After that, we have body tag, and you can see that in H1 tag, H1 stands for heading 1. So it's used to display a heading on the web page. In this tag, we have an attribute. The attribute is align center. So it will make sure that the heading is aligned center on the web page. After that we have another tag which is p tag used for paragraph, and after that we have br tag, it stands for break tag. So you can see that for the br we are not closing it because it's a self-closing tag. Now let's move on to CSS. CSS stands for Cascade Style Sheet. CSS used for styling the web page. CSS use selectors to select HTML elements. So we have selectors like element selector, ID selector, class selectors, and group selectors. There are three types of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. Now let's look at some CSS properties. So we have properties like font size, color, text align, margin, padding, height, and width. So we will talk about these properties in upcoming videos. Now let's talk about the types of CSS. So first type is inline CSS. An inline CSS style may be used to apply a unique style for a single element. To use inline CSS style, add the style attribute to the relevant element. The style attribute can contain any CSS property. So if you have h1 tag, you can put a style attribute there, and in the style attribute you can put any CSS property. After that we have internal CSS. An internal CSS style sheet may be used if one single HTML page has a unique style. The internal style sheet is defined inside the style tag or element inside the head section. So in the head section we use a style tag or element. In the style tag we add our CSS properties or styling. The last type is external CSS. With the help of an external CSS style sheet, you can change the look of an entire website by changing just one file. Each HTML page must include a reference to the external style sheet file inside the link element or tag inside the head section. Now let's see the syntax of inline CSS. So you can see that this is a basic structure, a basic code to display a heading on the website, on the web page. This is my website's title. So in the h1 tag we are using style attribute. Basically this style attribute called as inline CSS. So using this style attribute we can add any type of CSS property in the style attribute, and it will only work for that particular h1 tag or that particular element where you are providing this attribute. After that we have syntax of internal CSS. To write the code for internal CSS, you need to put a style tag inside the head section, and then you can use any CSS selector to select any HTML element. So here we are using the tag selector and we are selecting h1, and we are changing the color and changing the alignment of h1 tag. After that we have external CSS. So for the external CSS you have one file of HTML, and for the CSS you have a one different file. So you can see that on the left hand side we have index.html. So this is a HTML file, and on the right hand side we have style.css. So you can see that we are using a link tag. So here we are specifying where our style sheet is available. So after that we have JavaScript. JavaScript is a high-level programming language. JavaScript is object-oriented programming language. JavaScript is also known as functional programming language. JavaScript is a dynamically typed or loosely typed programming language. It is also known as a scripting language. Some fundamental topics are data types, functions, classes and objects, conditional structure, loops, repetition structure. In this course we will also learn JavaScript. So stay tuned to learn JavaScript programming language. So let's move on and let's talk about jQuery. jQuery is JavaScript library. jQuery is free and open source library. It is fast and concise. It means you don't need to include a large code. You just need to add less code and you can achieve more with the less code. jQuery simplifies JavaScript jQuery provide DOM manipulation. jQuery provide us event handling. It's a lightweight library. It's provide us hundreds of built-in animation to use in our website. It is a cross-browser support. It has a massive community. Now let's talk about Bootstrap. Bootstrap is front-end framework based on HTML and CSS. It is easy and fast. It provides the feature of responsive websites. It provides the mobile-first approach. It has the cross-browser compatibility. It's a lightweight framework. It has hundreds of built-in CSS styles. It gives us the facility to write less and achieve more. It has a massive community. Please like this video, and if you have any question or suggestion, you can comment down below. Do share it with your friends so your friends can also learn web designing for free. Subscribe our channel, press the bell icon so you get notification about all the upcoming videos. So stay tuned. I will see you in the next video.